Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's that time of the week again, and I'm not looking forward to it, where we sit down and react to some of the most insane videos on the internet, which is really just us putting our mental health to the test, right? It seems like you guys really enjoyed the previous video I made on this, so I've decided to do it again because I'm a very kind and generous person, and I think this time it's a lot worse. Trust me. So before we carry on, if you could, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that big red subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Share this video. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the madness. Oh boy, we're starting off strong here today. I don't even want to do this.
So, quick discussion. Do you believe dogs have gender? Now, I'm tempted to say that the automatic answer is no, because gender is a human societal construct.
The only social construct going on here, the only idea that's been accepted by a large portion of society is delusion and the need for these insane videos. We all know gender isn't a social construct, it is a biological fact. I can't believe we're now clearly trying to apply this to dogs. The fact that I'm sat here trying to convince people that may be out there that dogs do have genders. It's quite crazy to me, if I'm going to be honest with you.
So naturally that shouldn't apply to dogs because dogs are not human. Any of the gendered characteristics that we apply to male dogs and female dogs are just an extension of our own human constructs of gender.
Yeah, you know what? I think the vets might highly disagree with you on that one. If you've got a dog, which I hope you don't, but if you do, take it to the vets and ask them, do dogs have gender? And I can safely say they will provide you with a biological fact and will state if your dog is male or female. No social constructs are in place. I've just realized I'm not equipped to deal with this sort of level, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, my name is King, and I'm a non-human ultra in a DID system, and I am making a Discord server for people who experience wing dysphoria. It is, of course, open to systems with non-human headmates, and it is also open to, I think they're called wingkin, literally anybody who experiences wing dysphoria.
Wing dysphoria. So I'm going to assume this person does identify as some sort of bird. You know what's kind of funny though, and this might be controversial, but there is literally no difference between somebody identifying as a bird and a man identifying as a woman, or a woman identifying as a man, because they're both fantasy and can never happen. It's very strange, isn't it? Once you've allowed one thing to pass and be accepted within society, these are the sort of things that will follow suit. Give them an inch, they will take many miles and they'll fly in the sky forever. Like I want to forever get off this planet.
Hi Tammy, thanks for asking. So polygender literally just means
Guys, this is 3 TikToks in and I don't think I can handle this.
multiple genders or many genders. We live in a world where mainstream society has decided and agreed that there are 2 genders, and we call them male and female.
Again, society didn't decide that. Science, biology did. Go back many years ago.
And or masculine and feminine, and they correspond with genitalia. But there are those of us who, regardless of what's going on with our bodies, identify with characteristics from either end of that spectrum, or places in between that spectrum, or even entirely outside of that spectrum. My gender's this. First thing when I wake up in the morning, my gender usually looks something like this. But by the time I finish getting ready, my gender might fall somewhere in this vicinity.
It seems like somebody is going through a lot every single day they wake up. They wake up and they appear to be as male, they then go through some sort of mental discomfort, and then later on, half an hour later, they decide they want to put eyeshadow on, and then I'm going to assume throughout the day, try and look feminine. This isn't polygender, this is a mental health issue. It seems like we're just labeling mental health issues with made up genders here. Polygender. It's the first time I've heard of that one. And I want it to be the last.
More about listening to how my body and my consciousness want to present in the world, rather than letting the world tell me how to present based on what's going on in my pants.
Wait. At all the men who tell me to shave. Yeah.
In a minute, I'm gonna need the body shaming patriarchy to shut the fuck up. Thin fuzzy, skirt in my bikini yitty. I don't need your opinion, cause I don't give a fuck. I've done it too much. I'm gonna spend the summer just living it up.
Men, i.e. me, don't find it attractive when women do not shave. The whole idea of women walking around with hair hanging out of their armpits isn't appealing two men. Now this might be controversial to some, but I just think it's the truth.
Sis, I want you to message the trans person in your life and ask them what is one thing that you can do to lighten their load this week. Whether that be grocery shopping, folding laundry, doing dishes. Ask the trans people in your life if there's a task or something that you can offer them to help with the burden that we're carrying.
So now, not only do we have to accept everything going on within society, ladies and gentlemen, apparently we have to do chores for people who identify as trans, help them wash the dishes, do the laundry, cook their food, wait on them. Is there anything else they want? They essentially want cis allies, which again, using that term cis is now a slur if you didn't know, but they want cis allies to now be their personal butlers and cater for them, because apparently this whole thing is such a burden. It's so traumatic.
Because we're having to deal with all of this stuff right now, while having to deal with all of the life stuff that we regularly deal with. And the regular life stuff that we deal with is life stuff, and then there's transphobia and living as a trans person in the world, and then there's what's going on right now, which is all of that combined.
Yes, because it's all about me, us. Everybody is against us. We are the victims on this planet. I'll tell you now, nobody is the victim. You cannot claim to be the victim in this situation when it's 2023, when we're living in probably the most progressive time of all. But apparently their experience is more traumatic than anybody else's. Nobody else out there is going through any trauma whatsoever. It's only them. It really does blow my mind how some individuals, some communities think their experience is the worst on the planet and they put it above everybody else's. They like to be on this pedestal, and for whatever reason, the world, organizations, corporations, entities just continue to put them on that pedestal, like Democrats, like Labour in this country. They just continue to wrap cotton wool around them and treat them like they're the most disadvantaged people on the planet.
And then send that trans person $5 so they can get themselves a treat.
What about the trauma as a white straight male that I'm going through? What about me? You know, I go through so much. My masculinity is being attacked everywhere I go. I can't use this word. I can't use that word. People don't like me because of the patriarchy. As clearly, you know, the previous TikTok we watched, it's my fault that those people have to shave, you know? What about my experience? What about sending me $5? Because I'm going through so much right now.
I set up my classroom as best as I could, since we can't hang stuff on the walls and I don't have stuff to hang up academic stuff on the walls yet, but I like it so far.
Word of warning, if you see a classroom like this, grab your kids and run out. Because if this was my kid's classroom, I'm telling you now, we'd be gone the next day, because I don't even want to know the conversations that are going on within that classroom. It is really concerning to me that the schools even allow them to put these flags up.
A flag outside of somebody's house, I just automatically assume you racist.
Oh, most definitely. But we felt that way for years. Like, I'm 51, and even as a kid, we knew. It was understood. If there was an American flag at their house, they some racist ass.
That makes me so sad that people think this way. It really does. I love, personally, for me, seeing people being patriotic, whether it's the Union Jack being raised in their garden, or the English flag, or the American flag. I think it's great. I think we do need to celebrate our countries more and be more patriotic. It's not racist to celebrate your country. It seems like these people want everybody to hate the country they're living in, think it's the most racist place, it's this evil place. Celebrating your own country has become a form of racism, bigotry. That doesn't make any sense. Yet these people can constantly push whatever flag they want, as we saw in the school as well, right? All of those flags, I'm sure, in her mind would be perfectly okay, yet they represent something very dangerous, don't they? Especially surrounding children. Oh no, but it's all okay because it's all left-wing ideology, leftist ideology.
That's just what it was. I thought everybody thought that.
No, they don't.
I knew that.
Sorry.
It's funny to see that they're saying it now, and it's like it's kind of new, but no. Yeah, been thinking about that, thought that forever.
Hi, I'm Cody. I primarily go by /Z's pronouns.
Not this person. Not this person. I feel like I'm about to be mentally punched several times whilst listening to this.
But I'm comfortable being referred to using any neo-pronouns that are not Z here. And a little bit about who I am. I am a white, transmasculine, femme, non-binary, disabled, neurodivergent, obsessive-compulsive, chronically ill, Unitarian Universalist, raised Jewish, non-monogamous, demi-low romantic, gray demi-bisexual, survivor of acute and complex trauma, millennial, and cat parent in mental health.
You know what's crazy, right? Imagine if you don't get any of those right. You don't get any of them right. You'll be attacked as a bigot. How dare you not reaffirm me as a what? What did they go by? Let me check this again. Oh, they're white. It's glad to see that you still go by your skin color. I'm surprised you haven't tried to go with something else. Transmasculine, femme, non-binary, obsessive compulsive, chronically ill. People are making their identities their whole lives. They've been told for so long now that if you attach all of these things to your identity, it gives you purpose in life. You're special now. It makes you better than everybody else. You can go around, tell everybody that you're non-binary, neurodivergent, and people will celebrate it. They'll clap for you.
Hey, bestie! You're wrong.
Wait, let's read the comment here. Or he isn't attracted to bigger girls, like how some people aren't attracted to smaller girls. Everyone is entitled to their own preferences. I already know where this video is going.
Hey, bestie! You're wrong. I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think? All right, turn your listening ears on. Zoop, catch a bubble in your mouth.
I can't be the only one that finds that very strange. Am I? Please tell me I'm not.
Good job. Okay, here's the thing. Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking, or wakes up early in the morning, or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic.
Who's the marginalized group of people here? Being overweight doesn't make you marginalized. You know, if somebody has a personal preference of not dating women your size, it's perfectly fine. I'm sure you have your own personal preference on who you date, maybe not, who knows. But again, this whole thing with dating preferences being the worst thing on the planet, it's really strange because it only seems to work on the left side of things. They all have their dating preferences, but as soon as somebody else from another side expresses how they want to date, who they want to date, it's the worst thing in the world. It's racist, or in this case, I'm going to assume it's fat phobia of the highest level. It's not mean, it's not hateful if men or women don't want to date somebody who is largely overweight. That is a dating preference. I'm sure there's many other men out there who would find you beautiful, but there are going to be men out there who don't find you beautiful and want to date somebody who is a smaller size for many reasons, on a physical sense and on a health sense.
These are lion on long legs. My pronouns are they, fair, fairs, it, and they, them is just fine. So if you wanted to refer to me, you would say Faye is a drag storyteller. It loves to read, and some of their favorite books are Where the Wild Things Are, and From the Stars in the Sky to the Fish in the Sea.
Guys, help me. You know what? I watched the Conjuring film the other day. That didn't scare me whatsoever. That, if I walked into a room and I saw that would scare me more. And it looks like they would like to read in front of kids. And I'm sure there's many people out there that would be perfectly fine with that. But if I saw somebody looking like they've stepped out of The Exorcist reading stories to my kids, I'm not too sure how I'd feel about that one. Not the best, I can assure you.
My pronouns are they, fair, fairs, it, and they, them is just fine.
How many pronouns? Fae, fair, they, them, it. How can people sit here and say we are not in the end times right now? There is a massive mental health issue going on. There's no other way to explain it. There really isn't. What is your drag character?
So if you wanted to refer to me, you would say Faye is a drag storyteller. It loves to read, and some of their favorite books are Where the Wild Things Are, and From the Stars in the Sky to the Fish in the Sea. And I have been reading with Drag Storyteller, with Drag Story Hour, for a year and a half. And
So they have been reading in front of kids. That is insane. That is insane. The fact that they're allowed to read in front of kids like that is crazy to me.
my drag character is a drag thing that can be anything in the world. Today I'm space, a lot of times I'm a notebook or a car, all sorts of wonderful things.
I think if a kid experiences that, you're going to have to deal with nightmares for a week. Because if this is going to give me sleepless nights, which it will, I'm not going to be able to sleep anymore after seeing that horror character, then I can't imagine what kids are going through whilst having a story read to them by they, did I get it right? Who knows? But one thing I do know, ladies and gentlemen, is that is the end of the woke TikTok reaction. Have you made it towards the end? Or are you struggling for words like I am right now? I'd love to know. Leave your comments down below. If you have enjoyed today, please for me, make sure to leave a like rating as we go on reacting to more and more. They will get longer and longer to the point where I can't do it anymore. Until tomorrow, it has been your boy JD. I hope I've sent you off with a great weekend present, and I'm out. Peace.